Barakim Habarim. Welcome to Messianic Moment Ministries. I'm Stephen Brook. You know who you are. And today's the third day, yes, 3 of August already. Well, we're on the letter that Shaul wrote to Titus, who had been mentioned in a number of letters, such as in 2 Corinthians 8:23. And he was a protégé of Shaul, traveling with him and also being sent here and there as a messenger. Now, he was working with the congregation in Crete when this letter was sent to him. This is one of those letters that some scholars believe was not written by Shaul, but possibly from someone using either his name or from notes he had scribed. The time of the letter is around 63-65 AD, which again would be the time that Shaul was a prisoner in Rome. However, at the end of the letter, Shaul asks Titus to come to him in Nicopolis, where he intended to winter, or Nicopolis, whatever. It's all Greek to me. Either Shaul was very optimistic about having his case heard and being set free, which I don't get from any of the other letters he wrote during this period, or maybe this is why it's thought he didn't write this, rather that someone else did from notes he may have made before he was imprisoned in Rome. In any event, the letter, it's simply a reminder of how Titus should choose the leadership for the congregations that was being set up there. Apparently, it was still in its formative stages. The message is very similar to what he wrote Timothy with regards to choosing upright people, those who did not have a bad reputation, were self-disciplined, and who held firmly to the good news that was given to them. Shaul tells Titus to be aware of and watch out for the reputation that the Cretans have. Even today, the term Cretan is a slur indicating a baseless and vile person with no understanding. Shaul quotes one of their own prophets, a man named Epimenides, I think I got that right, who called his own people liars, evil brutes, and lazy gluttons. Now, that's in Titus 1:12, but the name of the prophet is not mentioned in the letter. I got it from a footnote from the NIV Quest Study Bible. Shaul also warns against what he calls the circumcision group, you've heard about them before, who were the believing Jews that insisted anyone following Messiah must undergo Brit Milah, the circumcision, in order to be able to become a member of God's family. As I said, we hear a lot about these believing Jews in other letters as well, Romans and Galatians, just for 2. Now, in light of the problems Titus is facing from both the believing Jews and the Cretans, who were known to be universally stubborn and argumentative. Hey, I'm talking here, quiet. Shaul advises Titus to always teach sound doctrine so that it can be used against the wrong teachings and false doctrine that was being used against him. Now, Titus is also told to ensure the members of the congregation always obey the legal authorities, which he says elsewhere. Romans for one. And in order that the populace may see believers in Messiah as upright people and not have anything to hold against them. He especially warns against getting involved in useless arguments such as over genealogies and controversial topics, like that hasn't stopped, right? If someone is being divisive, he is to be warned twice, then abandon that person and have nothing to do with him, as he is now self-condemned. A bit of history. We do not hear anything else really about the Cretan believers. It's likely that being on an island, isolated from other believers and surrounded by non-believers who were not the easiest people to get along with, that congregation probably was not able to survive. All right, the last letter in the New Covenant attributed to Shaul is Philemon, but I'm not going to discuss that because, well, that one's just a personal request from Shaul, which really doesn't add much to the nature of this lesson, but it does demonstrate exactly Shaul's ability to lay a guilt trip on someone. I'm going to conclude this teaching series in my next lesson. So until then, Yitrot and Baruch Hashem.